we have to have our staff meeting in her car. This is what I needed yesterday when I couldn't get
This on our side. Your love is on our side.
Morning, it is a drill weekend and I'm sitting in my car because it's 28 degrees and I'm trying to let it warm up before I start driving, and I am very cold because I don't have all of my winter gear at all. So I'm very cold, but we'll see you later. Bojangles just like saved my life because I was late this morning and I didn't get to stop usually at my place where I go get breakfast because I have to go inside and it takes a little while, and Bojangles was right next door and I totally didn't even realize that. So I'm probably gonna go to Bojangles from now on because that took like 2 seconds, but it saved my life. So I'm gonna go inside. I'm gonna hop, skip, and jump inside real quick so I'm not late and eat my Bojangles. So I just got done with a 9-hour UTA day. I am one of the only, I look kind of rough. Oh my goodness, my hair. Oh, I didn't do a good job of putting myself together this morning. But I am one of the only chaplain candidates that get to do UTA weekends, which is really fun. I go to my local base and I had some actually really cool opportunities today. We had a change of command ceremony, and we had some other really cool things that were happen, which I'll explain a little bit later. I can't right now, but hopefully soon I'll have pictures of what's going on. People we got to meet today, which were really cool. But today I met with she's a tech sergeant that actually just got accepted into the candidacy program, which is really exciting, super cool. She felt like this has been something that God has always placed on her heart to do, which is really fascinating and phenomenal because it's year 2018. Happy New Year, 2018. And she enlisted in 2001. And that's when she went to basic, and she felt like in 2001 is when God, I think my lipstick is a little messed up right there, but in 2001 she felt like God was calling her to something bigger than herself and something with the military, and here it is, 2018, and you know that's a very long time for her to feel this desire and for it to take that long. I mean, I thought my admission into the program took 9 months, and that was extremely long. What I thought was extremely long, even though for my whole life I've had a desire to serve some form of military and to be a missionary. But she knew military. She wanted to do something religious aspect focus. My arms are getting tired. For 15 years she served in being enlisted, and now she's accepted to chaplain candidate program, and she actually should be commissioning in the next month, which is really exciting. So I hope that I'm able to go and watch her commission. I think that would be really cool experience. And then she would go off this summer to COT. But so I had dinner with her and we discussed what to look forward to this summer, which I wish I had somebody that just kind of broke it all down for me to tell me what to expect, what to study for, things like that. And I kind of did, but not a whole lot. And good thing she's probably enlisted because I knew nothing when I went to training. And we just talked about things. And one thing that kept coming back up over and over again was, you know, I kept thinking, okay, God, like what is the best advice I could give her as a woman chaplain candidate? Because there's just not a whole lot of us. There's not a whole lot of women in the military in the first place. And to be a chaplain too, like there's not a whole lot of us at all. And I was like, okay, God, like what could I keep telling her to do? Like one thing that keeps coming to my mind as a as a woman is that I'm supposed to create peace within a home. That's one of my job as a woman. When I have a home and I have children and when I'm married, I'm supposed to create peace within the home. So when we look at the body of Christ, what are we supposed to do? That's also a home. That's also like an establishment. Like, what are we supposed to do within that? If we're looking at a chapel, so a chaplain is involved with a chapel, what is my job as a woman within that? It's still to create peace. So when I think to myself, how do I create peace? What's the best thing that I can do to create peace? And the best thing I can come up with is to always act in grace. Always do things out of grace. Be as graceful as you can. I learned from one of my friends that a woman is supposed to be graceful, we're supposed to be eloquent. We're supposed to walk with like our books. I don't know why I think this, but our books on our head, like we're not supposed to trip ever, which is definitely not me at all. We're just supposed to be very quaint and tidy, and that's not me at all. But I do like to act graceful in the way that I communicate with people, in the way that I respond to people, in the way that I respect other people. And I just kept telling this tech sergeant that I was having dinner with that everything you do this summer, no matter what you face, no matter what people say to you, no matter what they talk to you, always respond out of grace. Because at the end of the day, at the end of the night, when you lay down in your bed, you are the only person that has to stand before God. And you're the only one that's owning up to God. There's not like somebody else is going to step in from behind you and be there standing in your place for you and saying, oh, no, I did these things. No, it's you. At the end of the night, when you're thinking in your bed and you're praying to God to bless your next day and you're dissecting the whole day with God, because I do that at night when I pray, I'm the one that has to stand before God and own up to the things that I've done that day. So did I act out of grace? Did I respond to people out of grace? And this summer, I was pushed to every limit possible, and still that happens in just life. Definitely Air Force has gotten a lot better since training environment, but there were a lot of times when I was just pushed to every single limit, and I could choose, how do I want to respond? Do I want to respond disrespectfully, or do I want to respond in grace? And there were many times, even in the chaplain program, so when I went to COT, those were not just chaplains, those were like JAG and medical and JAG medical and chaplains, and they're not there, a lot of them are there to get their school paid for. They're not there for a spiritual matter like I was. So they had no reason to be polite or to be kind. No reason at all. And a lot of them didn't act out of that either. A lot of them were extremely selfish and rude at times. And then at C2I2 though, like C2I2 was the chaplain portion of it. There was the expectation that everybody would act out in grace, and that didn't always happen. Sometimes it was difficult on mornings that we had to get up early in the morning, or we had to work all day long, or we were just extremely exhausted. Not everybody acted out of grace. I'm sure I didn't some of the time too. But every day I woke up and I looked at myself in the mirror and I said, no matter what happens today, no matter how people treat me, no matter how exhausted I am, no matter how sunburnt I am, I'm going to try to give to people more than I take away. So what can I give? Can I give laughter? Can I give kindness? Can I give respect? Can I give this? What more can I give to people today instead of what can I take from them? Taking looks like being disrespectful. Taking looks like being rude to somebody. Taking looks like giving like negative comments or not paying attention when they're talking. So what can I do today to where I give? And there was a lot of times this summer that, because I am a woman chaplain, I will at some point be ordained minister. I will be doing officiating weddings and doing funerals. I'm also a Baptist. I'm a Baptist chaplain, so a lot of people are kind of iffy on how they feel about that. And I got told, every person that felt iffy about that, they told me about it this summer. They would say, how can you spiritually feel okay with the fact that you are being a woman chaplain. Like, how are you even okay with that and at peace with that? Like, questioning my call, this calling that God had for me. And things like that would happen. And, you know, it's okay for people to question. But for me, that's a little bit of taking away. So my response was always, okay, they took from me, but what can I continue to give back to them? So when I was talking to this tech sergeant, it was all about, how do you respond in grace? How do you act in grace? No matter what the environment is around you, no matter if you're in a training environment, a military, no matter who it is that's speaking to you, if they're being disrespectful, how do you respond back in grace? And I truly think that living with that motto, especially this summer, for me, it was able to shine a lot brighter than I ever thought it was. And by the end of the tour, I had multiple candidates come up to me and explain to me just this wave that I had over units that we visited with, to where I would just change the mood of the entire unit when I walked in, because I tried to add as much liveliness as I possibly could. And that wave, I think, of trying to constantly give grace was what is the reason why I do get to do UTA weekends. I have one of our cadre that was in a whole different flight, what is the wing chaplain at this base that I'm at, and he saw that wave of grace, I believe, that I tried to give out as best that I could, and he actually offered me this position to join his religious team. And to have a wing chaplain offer that to a second lieutenant is a pretty big deal. Especially I wasn't even in his flight, so he didn't even see me every day. So that wave of grace can play a huge major role into, I think, impacting others and how you do that. So my challenge for y'all is, can you give more than you take? How much more can you give? How much more grace can you give no matter what is around you? And that may change completely the impact that you have on others. So thanks for watching my channel today. I hope you like the videos that I had from today with me in my uniform. So I get to do this once a month, and this is my Saturday of this month. Yeah, got it right. All right, have a great night. So I totally forgot to tell y'all that today we went to go give hot chocolate to people because it was really cold outside, and we actually were going to just do it to security forces, but we actually ended up doing it some other. We went by the recruiter's office, but they didn't take our hot chocolate, but they did give us this sweet bag, like reservist bag. So I got this really cool bag and a large t-shirt that I already own that says Air Force Reserve on it. But I'm still gonna wear it every day, like I wear my other one. So thank you, Air Force Reserve. And we also got a hat too. Super excited.